Hello and welcome to Lighthouse Tarot, where we embrace the light within ourselves and within others. I'm your host, of course, Willow, coming at you with a new video. So thank you so much for being here today. This is a video request from Nicole, and I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but I'll link it below. Nicole, this is a video for you. Nicole wanted me to make a video on dating a Sagittarius, pro tips and tricks. All right, so I don't have this in my big three. I am by no means a Sagittarius, but I do have Sagittarius in my, I wanted to say second house. Oh, I have Jupiter in my first house, Sagittarius in my second house, right? So when dating a Sagittarius, what is Sag? Sagittarius is a fire sign. I like how it was explained to me with the 3 fire signs. Aries is the most intense fire sign because Aries is the first out of the zodiac sign. Aries is I am. Aries is the fire starter. They take initiative in their life. They're bosses, they're CEOs. They jump before looking, right? And then Leo is also a CEO, but they're a little bit lower fire. They have a lot of fire when it comes to performance, when it comes to art, when it comes to what they find beautiful. They bring all that fire into their life towards them. And Sagittarius is the 3rd fire sign, where they don't have as big a temper as Aries, and they aren't the ones to jump first, but they are still very, very fiery in nature. But they have they're more open-minded. It's going to take a little bit more to get them to tick, but they are fire signs, so don't F with them. Okay, so when dating a Sagittarius, some pro tips and tricks. Sagittarius, fire sign. What is it ruled by? Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. What is Jupiter? Guys, Jupiter is expansion. It's positivity. It is the philosopher. Jupiter is all about higher learning, higher knowledge. It brings expansion. It brings good fortune. The planet Jupiter, when it's in Sagittarius, it's in its home. So it's happy here, it's vibing. Jupiter wants more and more, bigger and bigger, make it bigger and greater, as Leo does, but more in positivity. If you've ever been around someone who is a Sagittarius, you will notice they're usually extremely positive, extremely optimistic, or they want other people to be, because they're ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter's all like, hey, let's spread more positivity, let's spread more good luck, let's expand a big group of people. So everyone you meet, a Sagittarius is gonna compliment, they're gonna smile, they're gonna amp them up, they're the fire, yeah, let's go. And I have Jupiter in my first house, so this comes to my personality, right, my identity. And I noticed when I used to work in a corporate job, I would go from classroom to classroom, and I really loved making everyone happy there, complimenting all the teachers, talking about the tea, telling them that everything was gonna be okay, because I felt so good when I did it. And I didn't even want anything from anyone other than happiness. I did want that, okay? So dating a Sagittarius, do know that they're going to be extremely optimistic. If you can be optimistic, or you can support their optimism, they're gonna like you. They're gonna want you to stick around. If you are someone who is pessimistic, someone who is a realist, somebody who sees the glass half full, you're probably not gonna last with the Sagittarius, because Sagittarius, they can't help it. They're ruled by Jupiter. So even when they're having a bad day, let's say, for example, Sagittarius, their car broke down. A normal person would be like, oh, fuck, my car. Sagittarius, they're saying, oh man, well, my car broke down, but this is good because I wanted to walk around more. I actually wanted to get my skateboard and learn some new tricks, so this is gonna push me towards it. Or I can actually buy a whole new car now. This is great, good. They always put a positive spin on stuff, even when they have their moments. So the Sagittarius, the more optimistic you can be, the more they will be drawn to you, as well as when you support them. When you support them in their optimism, when you support them in their positivity, when they dream really big and you said, you know what, honey, I know you can do it. You can change the world. You can go for the stars. And they're going to really value that. You're the type of partner that they feel comfortable with, you know, being optimistic and talking about everything that they want to do and everything that they want to change. And even if, you know, that's very far away, you got to take a lot of steps, hear them out and support them and say, I know you can do it. Pardon me. They're going to love that. I love that with my Jupiter in first house. I love it when someone can meet me halfway on my idea and not talk about the logistics or what could go wrong, instead what could go right, and brainstorm their own ideas and dreams. It's beautiful. All right, Sagittarius, the second thing, the Sagittarius, freedom. This is like the Aquarius video I just did about dating an Aquarius. Sagittarius is fiercely independent. They're the traveler. They're also ruled by the expansion card in the tarot deck. So they love to explore. They love to travel. They love to genuinely meet people, not in the way that a Gemini would love to meet people to exchange ideas, where Sagittarius, they meet every person they meet in their life. They look at this person, this foreigner, or in this new state, this new friend group, and they say, what can I learn from this person? They are so intrigued by different cultures, by different ways that people live their life, and they want to learn. They love learning so much. So if you can give a Sagittarius freedom to go run off for a few hours, a whole night, a day, even a week, without feeling insecure, without feeling like they're gonna leave you, they're gonna cheat on you, they're gonna find someone cooler than you, with understanding, oh, Sagittarius is ruled by travel. They get their information, they're the happiest learning from people, they're so curious, and they're free. They want to be free, they want to live free, and as they should. And if you have fire sign in your chart, or if you have an air sign, it's going to be really easy for you to do this, especially if you're an Aquarius. It's a good match with Sag, because you're running off doing the same thing, but in a different part of town. You're living your same life. So yeah, that is the second time. That's the second sign. So the third sign for Sagittarius, how to date a Sagittarius. If you can honor their philosophy, or you enjoy talking about philosophy, if you enjoy talking about what is the meaning of life, why are we here, what can we learn, right, with Sagittarius. And once you think about philosophy and you feel this, and you can connect to Sagittarius with their mind, because their mind is always open. They think of things in a big perspective, much like Aquarius, Sagittarius does. And when you can spitball with them and say, you know what, maybe life's completely different. Maybe we've got it all wrong. Maybe there is alien lives. Maybe we're starseeds. Maybe our purpose is just to show unconditional love. Maybe we should leave our 9-to-5 job. Have you ever thought about this philosophy? And when you talk to them, Sagittarius values intelligence. They do. Even though they're a fire sign, I shouldn't say that. All fire signs have their things, but Sagittarius, out of all of them, really, really put intelligence high up there, because they're curious and they're ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter wants to expand and know more knowledge, which brings me to another point on dating a Sagittarius. If you can get them a gift of something that is from a foreign land, something that's very different, I wouldn't say extravagant, but something that's very different, and books, if you can get them some books, oh, they're gonna love you for life, honey. They will, because Sagittarius values knowledge so much. Another pro tip for Sagittarius. Okay, so this is a fire sign. They're very competitive, but if, say you're going on a first date for Sagittarius, if you choose something that has to do with physical activity, they're gonna really enjoy and vibe with that with you. So say you wanna go skateboard. I combined two words. Oh my God. If you want to go skateboarding at the skate park with a Sagittarius, you set up a date. Hey, let's go skating today. They're going to dig that. Hey, do you want to go swimming today? Hey, do you want to go ballroom dancing? You want to do the salsa together? You want to go downtown and dance in clubs? Anything with physical activity, Sagittarius really loves. And dating them, you have to realize, or if you're interested in one, they're going to need a lot of physical activity to let go of steam. So they're going to be at the gym a lot. They're going to be doing their walks, their runs, yoga, whatever their preference is. Respect that, and don't try to come in between that. I don't feel like that has to be said, but I guess some people I don't even know. They're going to do that. And it's good, because they're letting go of all that steam, all that fire they have, and they're recentering. It makes them feel good, just in the way that Virgo feels good when they organize and start their day correctly with a routine. Sagittarius feels comfort when they're doing physical activity. They get all that fire out of their body and they can think straight. Sagittarius love adventure. So if you can bring more adventure in your life, if you can make the mundane task an adventure, say going to Kroger and you're skipping through it and you're saying, wow, look at this, oh my gosh, Sag is gonna like that. If you say, let's go run around the park and throw water balloons at each other, Sagittarius is gonna like that. If you can sit with them and vibe and draw and paint or whatever is creative, they're going to love that. But be authentic, because a Sagittarius is a very blunt fire sign, and they know when you're lying, they know when you're bullshitting. So be blunt with them. Don't try to put on a show. If you're not feeling it, don't do it. But if you're feeling adventurous, go for it. Also, Sagittarius, don't lie to them. They don't like that. They really value honesty. I will say Sagittarius, sometimes they can think before they speak. So I would have a conversation if something hurts your feelings, but do know that their hearts are so big and that they really do mean the best. And if you meet an evolved Sagittarius, this probably won't even be an issue, right? It won't be an issue. Let's see, what else? Sagittarius, I feel there was one last thing I wanted to say. They're very compatible with air signs because fire and air, but honestly, you got to look at someone's whole chart. You can't just say, oh, I'm an air sign, so we're going to get along great together. No, because they could have a lot of water in their chart. They could have a lot of earth in their chart. So just take that with a grain of salt. Sagittarius is also a fire sign, so they are very physically inclined. So they're going to want to get in bed with you. They're going to want to be intimate. And if you can keep them happy in that way, if you have a high libido, or you like to go for rounds and rounds and be adventurous in it, you know, if you're dating a Sagittarius or interested in it, they are very open-minded and very gentle. No. They're very open-minded, I suppose. They're very open-minded. They're very curious as well in the bedroom. So if you say, hey, you know, I've never done this before, would you be open to exploring this with me? A Sagittarius is probably going to say yes. They're probably going to say yes. And they really value that in the bedroom. If you can spice it up, if you can change it up and do the things you've always wanted to do, they're very open to it and they like that. And if you can express your love in a physical way, a Sagittarius will like that. But also, they still value learning, knowledge, travel. It's not just sex, a physical aspect with them. But if you can be fiery in that bedroom, if you have a Leo Mars or a Sag Mars or some kind of fire in your Mars, you're gonna be just fine. All right, guys, I love you so much. Let me know how you like this video. Are you a Sagittarius? Who do you think you're the most compatible with? Leave the Sagittarius zodiac sign below. As always, I am open for tarot readings, birth chart readings, and life coaching. All that will be in the description. Goodbye, guys.